We need more police on the street. I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
What's up?
Violent crime and the fear it provokes are crippling our society. When you commit a third violent crime, you will be put away and put away for good.
The person is convicted of their third felony. Essentially, that person is mandated to prison for the rest of their lives.
So many third strike defendants awaiting trial.
Serious violent criminals serve at least 85% of their sentence.
We passed a truth in sentencing law that kept people in prison.
Longer sentences, 3 strikes and you're out. Almost 60 new capital punishment offenses.
It provided all kinds of money and perverse incentives for law enforcement to do a lot of the things that we nowadays consider to be abusive.
Kind of exploding prison population.
And is overwhelmingly biased towards people of color.
Because I signed a bill that made the problem worse. There were longer sentences. Set a trend.
You've stripped out a whole generation of leadership, and then you unleash this blitzkrieg, full weight of the criminal justice system weaponized against black dissent.
Under the threat of death, I have no martyr complex.
He was considered one of the most dangerous people in America.
The whole movement was criminalized and destroyed systematically by the government.
The head of the Black Panthers in Illinois was killed today by police in Chicago.
So afraid of a leader that could unite people.
The United States is home to 5% of the world's population, 25% of the world's prisoners.
Do you want to go back to the days of military weakness, caring more about criminals than victims?
America's public enemy #1 in the United States is drug abuse.
We have launched an all-out offensive against crime, against narcotics, against permissiveness in our country.
A Nixon administration official has admitted that the war on drugs is all about throwing black people in jail. We knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war or black. Did we know we were lying about the drugs? Of course we did.
I, Ronald Reagan, do solemnly swear.
Experts call them super predators.
They are not just gangs of kids anymore.
When those grandmothers say, but he's a good boy, he never did anything, don't you believe it?
Better believe that I hate the people that took this girl and raped her brutally.
These children, 4 of them under 18, all went to adult prisons for 6 to 11 years before DNA evidence proved they were all innocent.
J. Edgar Hoover said, these Panthers represent the greatest threat to American democracy at the time.
You see, Texas used to spend billions locking people up for minor offenses.
They're not going to do the sort of change that we need to see as a country to get us out of this mess and fix the mess that they've made, because they're not ready to make that admission that we have steamrolled through entire communities and multiple generations.
We having a good time? USA! USA!
In the good old days, this doesn't happen because they used to treat them very, very rough. And when they protested once, you know, they would not do it again so easily. I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
We have a court date coming up January 18th for Poetic. If you've been around for a long time, since 2011, 2012, you know who Poetic is? He's a guy that was riding with me back when that was a crime. It was a crime to ride a bicycle with me 5-6 years ago. And not just because of the police, but also because of how poorly equipped we were. He made the dope-ish. We were working with outdated and inexpensive equipment, and it was the work we put in back then that paid for probably for the equipment that I'm using today. That's what built my support, my subscriber base.
Anybody got any more?
I'm just out here in the city of Hermosa Beach. I just met this officer about a half hour ago. Don't remember what his name is, but I'm sure he's going to be extra nice tonight with me and the Catman here. I'm not suggesting he wouldn't be extra nice anyways, but pretty sure he will be tonight.
I am the law and order candidate.
We thought, I mean, they called the end of slavery Jubilee. We thought we were done then. And then you had 100 years of Jim Crow terror and lynching. Dr. King, these guys come on the scene, Ella Jo Baker, Fannie Lou Hamer, we get the bills passed to vote, and then they break out the handcuffs.
If you don't be a dick to a fucking any person, dude, people are gonna treat you with respect, dude. And they treating me with nothing but respect.
Yeah, but you do understand that they don't treat everybody with respect.
I do.
It's fantastic that they're treating you with respect, but
how would you feel if you're a fucking cop? You know? You don't know if this fool has fucking guns on him. You know if he's gonna kill you.
No,
you know if he's
look,
a dope fiend, dude. You
listen,
just want to fucking go home to your wife.
Can I ask your name? My name's Daniel. What's your name?
My name's Joe.
Joe. Okay. I'm not criticizing good cops. Actually, I'm not even criticizing bad cops right now. Right now, I'm just out here recording the situation, and I need to get that one. So, but it was nice meeting you. They could cite this guy out. They don't have to take him to jail. $585. I know you guys are gonna release him, right? Yeah, they're gonna release $585. They're gonna let you go. There's no way they're taking this guy to jail for $585. If they, come on, these police are taking this shit way too seriously. And every time I come here and record, every time I have at least a drink. I have a 25-ounce can of Budweiser, and just like these people are doing, I have to drink it in public because I can't afford to go into the bars here. These people, you know, if they had to go into the bar to drink, I'm sure they probably would have just stayed home. If they knew they were going to get $1,000 in tickets and have the $20 that they did have to spend for drinks, if they knew that they were going to have their drinks just poured out into the sand, and you know, and like I said, get $1,000 worth of tickets, do you think they would have come to Hermosa Beach? You can guess how long it's been. How long do you think it's been since they came to see the ocean? I doubt they do this every night. This is probably something they do once in a blue moon that they probably will never do again. And had they made it through the evening without being bothered by the Hermosa Beach police, they would have been sat on the curb before they made it back home anyway. You know what? I'm going to tell you guys a little story. In the United States of America, we used to have something called slavery, right? Constitutional amendments were passed to establish equality under the law for newly freed slaves. Slavery is completely legal for anybody convicted of a crime. Anybody. So when slavery was outlawed, they passed what was known as the black codes. So these black codes, they made it illegal for black people to do just about anything. No loitering. There was vagrancy laws. They had to have proof of employment. All these freed slaves were basically put right back in the same position. They were kept in cages at night, in chains, shackled, and they were forced labor. The judicial system established a way to ensure there was still a continuous supply of cheap labor. It was called convict leasing. They arrested all the black people, and a plantation owner could lease however many black people he needed.
Label you felon, you can't vote or get a job.
We still have convict leasing. Only now they're charging for the bed, $250,000 per year for the bed.
The can, the slam of the big house. I'm the place many fear cause there's no way out. I'm a prison cell, 6x9, living hell, stone wall, metal bars for the guards in jail.
We wouldn't be talking about 2 million people behind bars today. But if it hadn't been for the fact that it began with a group of people that we as a nation have learned not to care about.
If I was living at that time, I would have never tolerated anything like that. And the truth is, we are living at this time, and we are tolerating it.
Those are open, that one's open, about a third of the way drink. Show them the bottle.
You think about taking that one home with you? Oh my goodness.
That's why he's pouring it out.
So to some of us, that's a lot of money.
We decided to 2 out for the open container.
Oh,
so two of the gentlemen had open container. One of them did not. It looked open at first.
Yeah.
Then he consented to the search.
Okay.
I think he thought he might have had a warrant, and he thought he was going to jail right now. That's why we advised him on it. Keep him calm. They let us conduct our investigation. So they were very
cooperative.
Yeah. That made the situation better.
Was that? I'm sorry for interrupting. Was that the $500 warrant that I heard? Is that why he thought he was going to go to jail for that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You wouldn't normally take someone in for a $500 warrant.
It all depends on the circumstance. It all depends on the circumstance. Sometimes we don't have the option to, especially if it's out of our city. That's not out of our city. A lot of cities will advise us to cite them out or advise them. So it just depends.